Hey, stuffers! Ever looked at a pile of rocks so perfect you thought, yup, definitely aliens? Alex here, and welcome back to Stuff with Alex. Picture this, it's 2023. A team of scientists drills a hole smaller than a McDonald's straw into the Great Pyramid of Giza and slides a tiny camera through. What does it find? A 9-meter-long hidden corridor sealed off for 4,500 years, untouched since before Cleopatra, before Rome, before TikTok rotted our collective attention span. And just when Egyptologists thought they'd seen it all, cosmic rays, actual particles from outer space, reveal an even bigger void inside the pyramid. A room the size of a subway car that nobody's entered in recorded history. No treasure, no mummy, just pure mystery. So what's hiding inside Egypt's most famous monument? A forgotten tomb? A secret power source? Or maybe just another chamber for ancient cats? Stick around because today we're going deep, and I mean deeper than a pharaoh's ego, into the secrets, scans, and straight-up conspiracies surrounding the pyramids of Giza. Stuffers, drop your wildest pyramid theory in the comments right now. I'll read the craziest one out loud in the next video. The Great Pyramid of Giza on the plateau, as seen here in 2010, is Egypt's largest pyramid and the only surviving wonder of the ancient world. All right, stuffers, let's kick things off. The Great Pyramid, Khufu's pyramid, dominates the skyline here. Think of it as a pyramid tower block. Built around 2600 BC, it once soared about 146 meters high, making it the tallest man-made structure for nearly 4 millennia. It's made of roughly 2.3 million limestone blocks, about 6 million tons total, carved from nearby quarries and even shipped in from farther away. That polished white casing came from Tura Quarry. Today, most of that smooth outer casing is gone, which is why we see its rough stone core in the photo above. Inside, the Great Pyramid has 3 known chambers, an unfinished rock-cut chamber at the base, plus the Queen's Chamber and King's Chamber, which holds a massive granite sarcophagus. So this thing is massive and mostly empty. And yes, it really is King Khufu's tomb, or at least supposed to be. Now think for a sec, if you were Khufu's architect, would you brag about building this for your boss? Historically, even Herodotus and Diodorus in antiquity wondered how on earth these were built. Herodotus claims slave armies did it, but modern archaeology says nope. In fact, archaeologists now believe the Great Pyramid was constructed by tens of thousands of well-fed, skilled laborers, basically honest, hard-working crews, not malnourished slaves. Evidence for that comes from workers' cemeteries and even graffiti. Those stonecutters like to scribble their gang names and Khufu's name on blocks. Drop your wildest theory about who built the pyramids below. Was it really slaves, aliens, or a secret society of pharaoh-obsessed engineers? Let's hear them. Imagine moving 2.3 million giant stones without a single crane or forklift. Crazy, right? The Egyptians had clever tricks. They cut rough blocks from the plateau with copper tools and wooden wedges, sometimes even using wet sand to split stone. Then they hauled the blocks on wooden sledges to the site. There's even evidence a special dock at the Nile, discovered at Wadi al-Jarf in 2013, allowed boats full of limestone to arrive straight at Giza. We know some of this is true because of ancient paperwork. The Diary of Murr, a 4,500-year-old papyrus log, records a Khufu royal official shipping Tura limestone to Giza on boats, literally documenting pyramid construction for the first time. Murr reports picking up loads of fine white limestone for the pyramid's outer casing and delivering them to the worksite, even noting that Khufu's half-brother Ankh-Haf oversaw the project. Talk about project management notes from antiquity. In fact, famed Egyptologists called Murr's papyri the greatest discovery of 21st century Egypt. Basically, time travel on scrolls. So, did Egyptians use wheels, ramps, or what? The classic answer is ramps. We see remnants of ramp structures near other pyramids, and experiments have shown teams can haul huge blocks up earthen ramps. But which ramp design Khufu's builders used is still debated. Some say simple straight ramps, others propose wrapping ramps, spiraling ramps, even internal ramps inside the pyramid. Theories keep evolving. One recent idea: workers poured water on sand in front of the sledges to reduce friction, like prehistoric Boy Scouts with a pyramid patch. And, contrary to old legend, no, they probably didn't use magic or aliens. As Wikipedia dryly notes, the field of pyramidology, that is, bizarre fringe theories about alien builders or magical machines, is pseudoscience. The real answer? A lot of manpower, creative engineering, and probably a ton of beer breaks for morale. Stuffers, smash that like button if you're glad we didn't actually have flying saucers building these things.
Now let's take a peek inside. Metaphorically, do not actually break in. The Great Pyramid's insides aren't as complicated as you might think, but they are weirdly set up. We've got that unfinished subterranean chamber carved from bedrock. It was abandoned and never finished. Above that is the Grand Gallery, a long, sloping corridor, like a hallway, leading up toward the king's chamber. Then there's the Queen's Chamber, which was probably misnamed by later explorers, sitting below the king's. The king's chamber itself is made of red granite with a massive lidless sarcophagus sitting on the floor. If Khufu's mummy was ever here, it's long gone. The chamber's lid is empty. Legend says robbers or even medieval archaeologists looted it. Around these rooms there are mysterious relieving chambers, voids above the king's chamber, that probably relieve pressure, but they're undecorated and uncharted. Archaeologists have bored holes to drop tiny cameras through these voids, but so far they just see stone and more vacuum. So yes, no golden pharaoh or piles of treasure waiting for us. But still, finding these empty rooms is mind-blowing. It makes you wonder, what else is hidden? Is there an even bigger secret corridor we don't know about yet? Well, we'll get to that. But first, consider. The Great Pyramid was clearly intended as a tomb. The hieroglyphic Egyptian word for pyramid literally meant house of the dead, and its purpose was ritual as much as burial. But nobody found Khufu inside. Some ancient writers even claimed Khufu might have been buried somewhere else in secret to avoid angry workers. Rumor. Modern archaeology tends to think the body was simply stolen or moved in antiquity. By the way, the surrounding necropolis was bustling too. Khufu's wives had 3 smaller pyramids besides his, plus dozens of mastaba tombs for nobles. One even had an underground shaft you can still visit, tourist thing, near Khafre's pyramid. But eerily, one corner of Giza stayed untouched until now, a strip of desert with no graves. As we'll see, that unworked sand might be concealing something big. Hold on to your Ankh amulets because modern tech is giving us X-ray vision of these stones. In 2017, the International Scan Pyramids project made a stunning announcement. By using cosmic ray muons, subatomic particles raining down from space, they found a huge, hidden void in Khufu's pyramid, nicknamed the Big Void. This chamber is about the size of the Grand Gallery, 30 meters long, and sits above it. It was totally unexpected. No one drilled into it, but the muon detectors saw more particles passing through there, less rock to absorb them. This was the first major internal discovery since the 1800s. We still don't know what the Big Void was for, maybe a relieving space, maybe an unfinished chamber, but it's a real cavity that human eyes hadn't seen until now. Then, in early 2023, even more scanning news dropped. Using improved muon detectors, scientists pinpointed a long hidden corridor near the north face of the pyramid. They sent a tiny camera through a narrow 2-centimeter drill hole and actually got pictures of a long, vaulted corridor. It's about 9 meters long and 2 by 2 meters in cross-section. It's been sealed off for 4,500 years, and we still don't know where it leads. Their observations show this corridor has a vaulted ceiling, like a little cave. Again, no inscriptions, just empty stone. The researchers are scratching their heads. Was it a storage area, a false hallway to confuse grave robbers, or something else? The purpose remains unclear, but one thing's sure. It's a real, science-backed discovery. And it keeps coming. A July 2025 Popular Mechanics article reports that an international team, Egyptian and Japanese, used ground-penetrating radar, GPR, and electrical resistivity scans in the Giza Plateau's Western Cemetery.
They found an unexpected L-shaped anomaly just 6.5 feet below the surface, basically an L-shaped passageway buried under sand. The scans suggest this tunnel was backfilled with sand after it was built, and it might have once been an entrance to a deeper chamber. In other words, they uncovered what could be the sealed doorway to a yet undiscovered tomb. Life science echoes this, noting the L shape is too sharp to be natural. It had to have been human-made. Excavations are now planned, so stay tuned. We may literally dig up something brand new under Giza. It's like Indiana Jones 2.0, except with laser scanners instead of treasure maps. If you're as pumped as I am about hidden pyramid tunnels, hit that like button now. All right, now for the crazy stuff. Strap in. In March 2025, a sensational claim exploded on social media. A team of Italian and Scottish researchers alleged that Giza isn't just a cemetery, it's got a whole subterranean metropolis under it. According to their unverified radar analysis, there are gigantic vertical shafts 30 to 40 feet wide, plunging up to 2,100 feet deep, connecting cube-shaped chambers 80 meters across. Basically, an ancient underground city beneath all three pyramids. They even waved around words like Halls of Amenti, an occult legend, and suggested Tesla-esque energy tech might have been involved. Cue the internet wildfire. Alien fans, Tesla cultists, and esoteric historians all went bananas. But whoa, hold up. As exciting as that sounds, mainstream scientists have been very skeptical. For starters, Zahi Hawass, former Minister of Antiquities and Egyptology celeb, slammed it as fake news. He said these claims are fabrications by people with no expertise in ancient Egypt, and stressed there's no scientific evidence for any such shafts. Hawass pointed out that extensive studies show no columns or tunnels under Khafre's pyramid base. The bedrock is solid all the way down. Other experts noted the obvious. SAR radar simply can't image through 2,100 feet of rock and sand. SAR is great for shallow mapping, but not for finding deep caverns half a mile underground. In fact, the 2022 SAR paper by those same researchers only looked at the pyramid's above-ground structure. They never published peer-reviewed data on an underground city, and searches for the supposed press release of raw data found nothing. Many have labeled the whole story as hype or even hoax. It's like remixing a cool idea into a conspiracy hit, but without the official stamp of scientific proof. So, underground city or clickbait? The evidence so far says clickbait. However, this doesn't mean all unexplored shafts in Giza are impossible. Remember those legit radar and muon scans we talked about? They only scrape the surface of what's buried under the desert. What if the real treasure is still under the sands? For now, count the city as speculative. Still, such theories fuel imagination, and that's why we, your favorite skeptics/comedians, are here. As Wikipedia notes, much of pyramidology is pure pseudoscience, but it sure makes great YouTube headlines, right? Let's bring it home with some expert perspective. Legit archaeologists and scientists urge caution. The Greek City Times, not a peer-reviewed journal, but an example, points out that ground-penetrating radar and electrical resistivity scans have indeed found small anomalies like that 33-foot L-shaped feature buried just a few feet under the cemetery, but nothing resembling a vast city. Similarly, Science News and Live Science have highlighted that the Big Void and corridor discoveries were carefully verified. Claims of a hidden metropolis were not. Zahi Hawass himself posted on Facebook calling the Khafre project's underground city claims baseless, essentially warning people not to be fooled. Even the researchers' own websites haven't published those new sensational results. In short, the consensus: exciting finds, sure, hidden chambers, new tombs maybe, but the wild stuff about mile-deep shafts? Not yet proven. Hawass reminded everyone that the base of Khafre's pyramid is solid rock to 8 meters depth, and that no one's found any hidden entrance there. He basically said, calm down, folks, the grandeur of Egyptian civilization is grand enough on its own. Ultimately, the safe bet is to trust peer-reviewed archaeology. If these underground city claims become real, they'll be revealed in official journals with hard data. Until then, enjoy them as legends. What do you think about these crazy claims? Sound off below. We've journeyed through stone tombs and modern scans, cracked jokes and debunked hoaxes. Through it all, one theme stands out: wonder. These pyramids have lasted 4,500 years, weathered every storm, and still captivate us. Maybe there's a reason for that. In many ways, uncovering pyramid secrets is like a game of divine hide-and-seek. It reminds me of Proverbs chapter 25, verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. In other words, maybe God put these mysteries there on purpose, to delight our curiosity and reward our investigation. We unearth history piece by piece and feel a bit royal in our quest for answers. So whether you're an Egyptologist, a conspiracy theorist, or just someone who loves a good mystery, remember, seeking truth is a noble pursuit, and apparently a video-worthy one since you're here. The pyramids may hold more secrets yet, but our minds and hearts, guided by wisdom, will keep digging. What an amazing world that under a blazing desert sun lie chambers sealed for millennia waiting for us to find them. Let that inspire awe, creation's wonders and human ingenuity side by side. Okay, thanks for watching. Peace out. Goodbye, guys.